Yo guys, what's up and welcome to the trade recap of the trade that I took on Friday, the 14th of November. We had no news, so we could expect clean price action, and look at this, I was able to pretty much catch a very clean move to the upside. So yeah, let's just go over the confluences real quick. So if you look at the higher time frames, in this case the 1 hour time frame, you can see that we had a extension to the downside, like this entire leg to the downside, and we could kind of expect a correction to this entire bearish leg to the downside. And look at this, now we can see it took out equilibrium of this entire bearish leg to the downside. So basically, correction played out pretty nicely. And I was kind of expecting this pre-market already. My bias was bullish. Also, due to this resting liquidity that was building up in the pre-sessions, we had London highs, Asia highs still resting above us, and even more liquidity was resting within these zones. So yeah, considering that, my bias was pretty bullish. Also, additionally, if you look on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that we formed a bullish SMT divergence. You see that S&P 500 did a higher low right here, while Nasdaq formed a lower low right here. So already giving these bullish confluences, yeah, my bias for the day was pretty clear. And yeah, so even after market opened, we can see that we swept out London lows right here. So it's always a high draw of liquidity and a big key level for me if we sweep out some sort of pre-session lows. In this case, we swept London lows that were right here, and you can just see the response that we get off of this liquidity sweep of the market open candle. And giving that we have this high time frame bullish SMT divergence, taking a look at pre-session highs that were still resting above us, I was bullish. So I was scaling down to lower time frames to look for confirmation confluences. In this case, I was also preferring the S&P 500 because S&P was the leading index, while Nasdaq was forming a lower low. ES already was forming a higher low. So yeah, I was focusing on the leading index, in this case S&P 500. We can see that on the 1 minute time frame, after the liquidity sweep, after taking out London lows, we inversed this 1 minute bearish fair value gap and broke structure to the upside right here. And yeah, I entered off of these confluences. I got filled somewhere here. And I was targeting pre-session highs as my take profits. Let's just take a look at that. So these were London highs right here. And these up here were Asia highs. I just, added another take profit just to make sure. And you can see also while I was in the trade, we kept inversing bearish fair value gaps. This is just an example here on the 50-minute time frame. We kept inversing bearish fair value gaps, keeping the bullish order flow on all time frames. So yeah, I was just watching price the entire time while I was in the trade to make sure that my take profits are set correctly and in a good way. But honestly, like if you just take a look at this, this is just too good to be true. It's such a high draw of liquidity. We have clusters of highs right here, low resistance highs. And within these clusters, we just have pre-session highs, which is super high draw of liquidity. With the bullish SMT divergence and all these confirmation confluences given, I think this was a pretty good example for an easy long entry. And yeah, as you can see, all my take profits got smashed. And fully closed out my entire position after we took out Asia highs. So yeah, Nasdaq, by the way, did the same move, as you can see. But again, I prefer to take the trade on the S&P 500 because it was the leading index in this case. So yeah, we had no news again. It was a pretty clean move that I was able to catch after taking out pre-session lows. And yeah, targeting pre-session highs, pretty easy. Yeah, with all these given confluences, was a very nice trade to end the week with. This week in general was very good for me. I was able to capitalize a lot. And yeah, let's just wait for next week's price action. Hopefully it will stay the same, because the past few days were pretty good. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this trade recap. See you in the next one. Peace out.